Third rule of investing is that valuing businesses is the key, right? You can't buy any stock at any price. A 5 rupee stock can be more expensive than a 500 rupee stock because the underlying business of the 5 rupee stock is so bad, but the underlying business of 500 rupee stock is so good that that 500 rupee stock can be cheaper than the 5 rupee stock. But how do you know which is cheaper and which is expensive? You need to value businesses. And we need to ask these 4 questions while valuing businesses. The first is, do you understand the company and its business? Very important. One simple idea that we need to understand the company and its industry of stocks that we are looking to buy or stock that we already own in our portfolio. You can't really buy something that you don't understand. Second is, and this is more from a businessman again, Buffett and Graham always laid stress on the fact that you need to be a good businessman to become a good investor. Because as a businessman, I'm not going to enter an industry where my competency doesn't lie, and in an industry which I don't understand. So same as an investor, I need to buy only those businesses which I understand, and the companies I understand, the industries I understand. This is very true of investing. Second thing is it a good business? Obviously, you are looking to buy only as a value investor, long-term investor. You're only looking to buy businesses which are good. Good is a very generalized term, so I'll be talking about throughout the presentation, even tomorrow, what makes a business good and how do you find such good businesses. So third is, does it have a sustainable advantage? Now, this is where the problem lies. This is where we'll find out whether the company is going to worsen or not. We all talk about companies having competitive advantage, right? We are going to buy businesses that have advantages. More important than that is whether that advantage is sustainable or not. If I'm buying a business which is very strong, nice, but if the company is going to lose advantage in the next 3-4 years, I'm going to lose money. I need to find businesses where the advantage are going to sustain over a long period of time. Numbers that we are going to discuss tomorrow will give us a lot of good hints about companies that can sustain advantages and companies that can lose advantages. Third is, does the balance sheet strong? Is the balance sheet strong or not? Balance sheet is one of the most important financial statements, even much more important than the profit and loss account, because it actually tells you whether the business is really good or not. And fourth is, can it grow or not? I'm not going to buy a business which is not going to grow. Now, I don't know or I can't predict how much growth I'm going to achieve. In investing, your target should not be to count leaves of a tree. Your target should be to understand what is going to be the next season, right? That is what it is all about. We need to understand companies, whether the companies are going to survive 10 years down, 20 years down the line, not what the earning per share or what the sales growth will be next 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. No one can predict that. If people try to predict that, it's all a guesswork, right? We can't predict our lives for the next 1 year. How can we predict a complex animal like a company for the next 1 year? So, but we still need to understand whether the company is going to grow or not. Third is important. Does the management team have a track record of being capable, ethical, and shareholder oriented? Now, I'm not searching for the best management. As investors, we all talk about the quality of management, right? In horse racing, the horse is more important than the jockey, right? In investing, the business is more important than the management. Of course, I still need to find a management which is credible, which is ethical, which is shareholder focused, which has allocated cash well in the past to grow its business, to grow profits. And very important to have that kind of management to whom I'll give my money as an investor. We need to find that. And again, there's some numbers and there's some other non-numbers qualitative aspect which will tell you how good or bad the management is. I'm going to cover that as well.